These are probably the most important lessons that I wish I had before starting dropshipping. These 3 things could have saved me so much money and time. And if you take these 3 things, I hope that it will save you enough time and money because I didn't. Okay, let's get to the nitty-gritty of dropshipping. What is dropshipping? By now, you know it's a simple model, well, the way that the gurus online explain it. And now we've got South African gurus who are now going out explaining dropshipping as easy as, hey, build a store and boom, you make money. That's how easy it is. Go to Alibaba, AliExpress, and all the wrong methods of dropshipping is now being advertised as a quick, rich scheme. Just like Forex. That's how it started. All you had to do is press some few buttons and then boom, you started making money. But it's not as easy as it sounds. And if you start dropshipping in 2024 and you actually avoid these 3 mistakes, or actually take this advice and use these 3 things I wish I used before starting dropshipping. Let's start with number 1. I would have never started dropshipping without capital. This bullshit of you don't need capital to start dropshipping, not in South Africa. Trust me, you're going to need some form of capital to start dropshipping. I mean, how are you going to drive organic traffic when people don't even know how to be creatives? Let me make an example. If you don't feel comfortable being in front of the camera, no one is going to buy from you. Even if you use influencer marketing, influencers in South Africa wants to get paid. So how are you going to drive traffic to that beautiful store that you paid more than 7,000 to 10,000 Rand to actually build? Because I know some of you guys are getting people for ready-made stores to build you a 7,000 to 10,000 ready-made store that's not going to even make you money because you don't even understand marketing. So the first thing I would do is actually gain some type of capital. You need something between 1.5 to 2,000 Rand to run your ads. And if you're running your ads can't be basic. You need to understand you are dropshipping in South Africa. And if you're dropshipping in South Africa, if you don't get the concept, the culture, and the language and the lingo in South Africa, you will never sell. So number 1, gather some capital. Listen, there's so many side hustles. Go back to McDonald's, go find some kind of job and get the capital, because there's no free ride when it comes to dropshipping, and we need to stop this. So number 1 will definitely be get capital. You need capital to start dropshipping. Let's go to number 2. Number 2, research first. Research is so important. People get into dropshipping, build a store before researching. So how are you building a store if you don't know what are you going to sell, who you're going to sell it to, what niche it is, and what do you actually need in order for it to succeed? What I'm trying to say is, when we say research, it's broad. A lot of people, if you ask them for information, they say do your own research, which is actually correct. You need to do your own research, but where do you actually get this research? It's as simple as going to your nearest China mall, your China city, and asking shop owners how are they actually selling and what are the products that they are selling the most. That is also research. But if you sit in your house and you think you're going to be on your PC the whole day and you think that's where you're going to get your research, you're lying. Not with dropshipping in South Africa. Maybe overseas, you could be correct. But dropshipping in South Africa needs you to get off your couch and go to China Mall, China City, and network. That is research. I am always in China Mall, China City. You can even find me in the most dingiest places at small street doing this type of research. I'm not shy. I'm always about the money. So you'll find me in places that you wouldn't even think that I go to. But I spend an hour or 2 in those places because A, they have the things that I need and they're selling it for cheaper. You will never ever get something that's been sold for cheap in a Sandton mall, would you? Sandton, most of the time, actually gets those type of products from those dingy places. So if you're not comfortable with actually going out of your comfort zone, don't do dropshipping in South Africa. You're wasting your time. Number 3. Before I get to number 3 or number 4, I'll add another extra, is thank you to every single person that's been part of the Pusha gang. And please do subscribe. We've been sitting on 80K, guys. There is no one I feel in the dropshipping or the e-commerce world that's giving more value. And sometimes, most of the time actually, for free. So I would really appreciate it if you'd hit the subscribe button and like the video. Let's go to number 3. Number 3, know your supplier. If you don't know your supplier, or you don't have some kind of relationship with your supplier, you will lose in dropshipping. Suppliers actually answer to people that buy. If you're gonna come with a Q&A with a Chinese, Indian supplier, trust you me, they don't have the patience, because they're dealing with people with millions and millions of rands. If you are coming in and you're trying to buy something stock for 2,000 rand and you have a Q&A that could fill up a whole stadium, they're not gonna take you seriously. So get there with a budget, know exactly what you want, buy first before you start inquiring. That way you're building a relationship and they know that you're serious. Because a lot of people go to these suppliers and they ask all these 21 questions and still do nothing. Don't be that guy. Build a relationship. And the only way that you're going to do it is by buying. By buying, it shows commitment. Commitment, it gives a relationship. As simple as that. Number 4, and probably the most important one. You're dropshipping in South Africa. The concept has changed. So don't take methods from Americans, methods from UK guys. They stay far away from you. China is closer to the UK and is closer to the USA. We are very far. Forget about it. You really need to actually start your own testing and seeing if it works for you. If it works for you, that is your own dropshipping. Don't read these PDFs and all these gurus online that are telling you how dropshipping is dead. Dead way. Yes, overseas. It is dead. I'm sure it is dead because there's so many competition. In South Africa, I could say I'm competing with only 4 people in dropshipping. I don't see the other people. I don't even feel like they're competition. So, what you have to do right now is feel me or see me as competition. And that's how we are actually gonna take e-commerce to the next level. Because if I don't see other dropshippers and I'm only seeing these 4 or 5 people that are actually in my league or trying to be in my league, why can't you jump on dropshipping? It's as simple as this. If they say dropshipping is finding a supplier sitting on a beach and basically building a beautiful website, and all you have to do is have the products there and the supplier will deliver it straight to the customer. That's bullshit. In South Africa, this is how it works. You're going to build a brand. That brand, it doesn't matter what you're selling. If sneakers, iPhones, people need to know about what you're selling. And you need to get more influencers who are on TikTok that you can easily pay to actually promote your brand. You're calling it a brand. It has to have a brand. For example, my brand, iPhoneplug.co.za. Right now, I'm working with a couple of TikTokers that will be talking about the site. What does that do? It drives traffic. Everybody gets a percentage because every time I get traffic to my store, I'm making money. So that's my own type of dropshipping. And my supplier, guess what? I have to drive to my supplier. I have to physically pick up the phones. I have to check the phones before I send it to the customer. That is dropshipping in South Africa, not this BS that you've been taught online. So I say this to say this. E-commerce is fresh in South Africa. There is no expert. We do not have any gurus. As long as you're selling online and finding ways of making money, you are ahead of the rest. Amazon is officially here. Takealot is shaking. So there will be so much competition. Find your way and find what works for you. Even if it's not drop shipping, even if you change the model of drop shipping, you're still part of the e-commerce club. If you want to join the e-commerce club, check the description and come and join the family. It's a beautiful family where we encourage each other and all the courses in there are free. All you gotta do is basically just be part of the community and have a subscription every single month and you're part of the family. We don't discriminate. You're not a beginner to us. You're family. You're there to learn and actually get that money to save you and your family. My name is Pusha. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.